does it mean when a benchmark changes? Allow me to explain. The old Ford Focus set the benchmark in terms of quality, performance, handling, ability, load carrying. This one So, as I said, the old Focus was an incredible car. The Mondeo as well. They set benchmarks. You know, it was the car to kind of look at if you were testing any car. It didn't really matter what it is. And in terms of refinement, the Focus has grown up a lot. Actually, it feels like it's maturing. If you follow what I mean, it stopped being a spotty little teenager. And it's now a much more refined, mature, sort of middle-aged man. Now, in terms of quality and finish in here, absolutely second to none. And I mean that in all respects, it is second to none. This car has everything I ever wanted in a car in terms of quality, the choice of materials. Everything's kind of flexible and, you know, spongy. I quite like that. Now, this car has a few tricks up its sleeve. This one particularly I'm driving. This is a titanium spec, and it has a few options thrown onto it as well. Two of those options are lane assist and an ability to be able to read the road signs. So as you drive around in town, you'll find that up on the screen in front of you comes the speed limit for the area and whether overtaking is allowed or not, depending on the road sign. Now, that depends, of course, on road conditions as well. This one also has the lane assist feature. Now, lane assist means that this car, I'm going to turn it on now, means that this car actually looks at the surface of the road. Now, it looks at the white lines and the yellow line on the far side. And what it attempts to do is lock on to those and keep your speed or keep your road position perfect. So if you start to wander out a lane, it will push you, nudge you. Now, I thought the intervention thing was going to be the car would crack up and a pile of alarms would go off and the whole thing would start to brake and pull over to one side for you as if you were asleep. It's not. It's actually very subtle in what it does, in how it gets you back into lane. Now, it only works at certain speeds. You have to be kind of, you know, cruising along, and really it's only designed for the motorway. So we're going to go out on the motorway as soon as this Nissan Almera in front of me stops doing 15 kilometers an hour and we can actually get moving. This is it. I'm on straight here, okay? Absolutely straight. So watch this. It's pushing me back that way. Keep hands on steering wheel has appeared in front of me, and if you don't, it continues steering. But it doesn't always keep it's not meant for what I just did. Don't try that at home, okay? Don't try that in your car. It's not smart. There's nothing on the motorway with me. It's empty. It's early in the morning. It's a bank holiday Monday. I specifically picked this time so I could get out here completely alone on the motorway. But generally speaking, you have three settings. You can turn it off, or you can turn it to warning only, which will vibrate the steering wheel, or you can turn it to lane assist, which will actually intervene if you start to drift out of lane. And I'm going to drift over now holding the steering wheel, and you might see there's the car pushing it back towards the centre again, because we're on quite a corner here, and it continues to push it until you get back into your lane. I have mirrors here that tell me if something's in my blind spot. A little orange light comes on. Now, I notice at the moment I'm driving on a B road, and that orange light on that side is already on. It's detecting the ditch as a car. There it goes, blinking away there in the corner. Pretty good. Again, it's set up for motorway driving. So if you're hitting the motorways and, you know, highways and byways and things, those blind spot things might be useful to you. They are good on a motorway when you're driving along the R. You look in the rearview mirror and you see the orange light on, you know there's a car there without looking. But again, if you really want to find out something's in your blind spot, here's how to do it. Watch this. It's a really, really, really top driver trick. Okay, you ready? There you go. Done. Now, one thing I will say for the Focus is that this is a multi-platform car. Now, that means that this car that I'm sitting in, apart from slightly bigger seats and slightly different suspension, will come out exactly the same in America. So it's a multi-platform car. It will also be the platform itself, so the engines and the chassis and the gearbox and stuff will be used across the other Ford range. Now, I love the gearbox. It's very, very direct, very easy to click in and out of each gear. It's very straightforward. I like the auto lights. I'm not a fan of auto wipers. I never have been in any of the cars. It never wipes often enough for me. I prefer a very clear windscreen. So in drizzle, I like the wipers to be operational all the time, and they're just not. Intermittent on this is auto, so when it's raining, it's still intermittent. It's just doing it